Hi both. Okay, trying again. So the Skype video didn't work. We'll try it this way instead. All right. So what we're going to do is walk you through the stretches that I've sent you by email so that you get an idea exactly what it is I'm talking about without having to keep going back to the papers. All right. So I'm going to run you through them. I'm going to go through the whole thing in time. So hopefully it shouldn't take more than 10-15 minutes. So that should allow you enough time to just do some stretches, feel like you're relaxing. So set the scene. I want you in your bedrooms. I want you ready for bed. I want you calm, quiet, dark room. Perhaps you've had a bath, a shower, whatever. So you're feeling ready to go to bed. Okay. We need to then just start to stretch the body. Some of these exercises are great in the morning as well. So I'll talk you through that as well. And we're just going to see how we get on. All right. So we've got about 8 exercises. We're going to do some roll downs, child's pose, angry cat, cow, forward lunge kneeling, butterfly, crossed leg twist, crucifix, chalk circles, and then some breathing at the end. All right, you can stop the video anytime you need to, but hopefully we can just go through the whole thing together so it's not stop and start. The idea is that you just run through it, and then eventually you know what you're doing after a few sessions and you can just do it yourself. So we start with the roll downs. So the roll down is really important to just mobilise the spine. It's a great one to do first thing in the morning, particularly for you, Glyn, if you've had a rubbish night, very restless, you're feeling a bit grumpy. It's a really nice one to mobilise the spine and get everything moving. So just start just with our little shoulder shrugs. We're not doing big arm circles, we're just trying to get ready for bed. So we're just pulling the chest back, opening out the chest muscles and just pulling the back muscles back together. Great for if you've had a long day sitting at a desk or sitting down all day and you're feeling a bit pulled forward. So now pull everything in, connect the tummy, connect the bottom, make sure your feet are pressing into the floor and they're hip width apart. So just have a little check. And then we're just going to tuck our chin in and we're going to roll down towards the floor. So our knees are soft at this point. It's last thing at night. We don't want to overstrain anything. Drop down. We roll back up. And just see how that feels. And then we pull everything in and we're going to come down again. And we just tuck our chin in and we roll down again. And we just roll down towards the floor. And then we roll back up again. And on this last one, you have 2 choices. You can either completely connect your body towards your legs, let your legs go really soft, so your knees are really soft, or you can let them straighten a little bit more and just see if you can actually stretch it more into the hamstrings. So just you choose. Either collapse your legs completely against your body and let your knees soften, or you straighten your legs and let your hamstrings take a little bit of work. Just see what you feel you need to do, but keep your eye line up through your legs so you're stretching into the back of your neck muscles. Let your arms drop down and be soft. And then at this point, just bend the knees and come forward into child's pose. And all you're going to do is just take your knees wide, push yourself back and drop down into child's pose. So you're actively trying to push your bottom towards your feet. And you just hold your child's pose. So at this point, we then drop our head to the floor. You can use a cushion if it feels more comfortable, or a pillow. And take your arms either side of your legs. Close your eyes and just allow yourself to have a moment there. Okay, so you've had your moment there. You're just breathing nice and gently. At this point, if you need to pause the video, you pause the video and just take child's pose for as long as you feel you need to have it. And you bring your hands back to the front, you push them forward, you breathe gently, and you come back up into kneeling for me. Roll the shoulders back and down. We're going to come to 4-point kneeling. So hands are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what my back is doing nice and easily. So now we're going to do angry cat and cow pose. So angry cat, we drop our back down to an arch. We lift our head and our bottom here. And then on the next breath, we pull everything up and we push actively with our hands and push our back up towards the ceiling. And then we drop ourselves down again. The core stays connected. We're just stretching out. And we push back up again. We're going to do that 3 times through. Good. Well done. And you just drop down and come back up. And then on this last one, you push back. And if you want to, again, you can push back into child's pose. Child's pose is a really restorative pose. It's really nice for helping remove the cortisol and the fight and flight hormones from your body. So you can stay here again for as long as you feel you need to. You're just here nice and gently. in this pose. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back up to kneeling. And this time we're going to do that forward lunge. This is really good, particularly for you, Andrew, but actually, Glyn, it won't do you any harm either. We store a lot of cortisol in our hip flexors. They're a big muscle group. We want to try and get rid of it. So by stretching the muscles out, that's what we can do. So we take one leg forward. Now notice I've got a big lunge. So it's not back here. It's all the way forward here. And that allows this leg to drop forward without this knee being over my toe. And I drop all the way down towards the floor, as far down as I can go. And then if it feels comfortable, I bring my hands down inside my leg and I drop down a little bit more. And I hold this pose. So I'm pressing myself against my forward thigh and I'm really dropping down. If I have the mobility, I don't, you might, I come down onto my elbows at the front. So I really drop down and try and come down onto my elbows. I can't do that. So we just hold it here. And then we just climb up our knee and we hold it here for a little bit. And again, you can stay here for a breath or two. You then come up. We then just swap over and we do the other side. So again, it's a long lunge, my lovely. It's not a short one. We drop right down. So we're off our kneecap at the back. If your knees are a little bit twingy or crunchy, you can put a pillow under that back knee. And again, you just climb down inside and just drop down here. So we're here and we're dropping right down, as low down as we can, as low down as feels comfortable. And you will get lower and lower each time you practice. And then we just hold it there for a breath or two. And then we climb back up. So we're up with our body, we're pushing down with our hips. So we increase the stretch in the hip flexor. And I want you to repeat those twice through. So at this point you might need to pause the video and just repeat those twice through for me. Okay? And then we come back up. And this time we're going to come to kneeling, to sitting. And we're just going to do our butterfly pose. So we've done this before. This is particularly useful for Andrew, but actually, Glyn, it won't do you any harm either. So you're using your hands at the back to push you. So you're lifting your bottom off the floor and you're trying to really push down. You can use pillows underneath your legs. I need to help drop out, particularly, Andrew, for your left leg, I think it is, isn't it, my lovely? That comes up. So we need to just make sure that both sides drop down. So we then sit down with our feet as close to our groin as we can and we hold our pose here. So if it feels more comfortable, sit against the edge of the bed and then you're coming forward for me, pressing those elbows against your knees and pushing them down gently. So it's not hard, it's not a hard push, it's a gentle pressure. And the cushions underneath your legs will then help to just relax your feet out. You then take hold of your feet because you've got bare feet. You can kind of try and open your feet a little bit like a book. And again, that helps to just increase the pressure a little bit more. I hate this pose. It really hurts. But it's good for us. That's why we do it. Okay, my darlings. The last bit to this is just trying to come forward. And if you're my daughter, you can get your head on the floor. We're not. That's fine. Christopher might be able to. See what he can do. And then just drop forward and just hold that pose. So it's all about just breathing gently and slowly. And then just come back up and maybe do a little bit of a flutter with the knees and just see what they can do. Lord, I need to go on a dark look at that. It's not an attractive roll, is it? There we go. Said the PT. After that, we're going to try our cross leg twist. So we just bring ourselves into a cross leg pose, like so. And again, it's just sitting nice and gently. You're just going to take one hand behind. You lift the back. So we lift the back, we drop the shoulders, stretch the neck. And this hand can rest here or can go here. And you're just turning. So we're just trying to get a twist. So you hold it here for 2 or 3 breaths. And then we come back in. And we just turn the other way. So you feel that stretch in your back. Now an alternative stretch to this, particularly if you've had digestive problems, is this twist. So you have one leg straight, the other leg goes over the top, and then the opposite hand, so the straight-legged hand comes up, pulls the knee towards you, and you turn and twist away. Now this twist will really help to stretch your glutes and your back, but will also help to massage your internal organs. So particularly if you've had a big day, you've had a big meal, this can be quite a helpful stretch to just help the digestion happen. Which particularly if indigestion is a problem and sleeping therefore is impacted, this can be quite a nice pose to be doing. And then we just pull in, turn and twist. So you can choose out of those two twists which one you prefer. You can do both. The second one I think is nicer for the internal organs. The first one is just a really nice stretch for the legs. Okay, so this last one, we've got 2 more stretches and then we're going to do some breathing. I want you lying down, my lovelies, okay? So you need to make a little bit of room. We're going to lie down on the floor. So we come down safely with our legs bent. And then what we do is we take our hands to about 45 degrees from our body, okay? And we then take one leg over the top of the bottom leg, and it just comes over. So that top leg comes over and pulls you down, and at the same time you turn away with your head. So you're looking away with your head. You're trying to keep this back shoulder down all the time. So we're in this twisting position here. We hold this. Now you can use your hand on your knee to help encourage it down. You can move your leg away from your body and straighten your leg out. But if you do, this arm will come up. So then you have to shuffle a little bit to come down and hold it here. And you hold here for 2 or 3 breaths. Really nice for the back. You come back in very gently. Do this without kicking the computer. We cross this leg over and we drop it down. And we look away. So we twist away here. And again, this hand comes to this knee and just pulls down. I can't straighten this leg because I'll kick the computer, but you can straighten your leg and just see if you can get a deeper stretch happening. And you lift your head and turn it away even more. And just hold this stretch. And again, if you want to, I would really recommend, if you have the time, do this stretch 2 or 3 times on each side because it's really beneficial. Okay, the next stretch we're going to do, we're going to come over to one side. So we're here. And you might put a pillow under your head so that it's comfortable. Your hands are directly, see if I can give you a better view. Your hands are directly in front like so. Okay? We bend our knees in here like this. And we pull in the core muscles. So the core muscles are connected. And then with a pillow under our head, so our head is in this position, not dropped down. Our head is in this position. You push the hands, so the hands are on the floor. You push the hands, top hand pushes away and opens out and drops back behind you. And it might come all the way to the floor if it can. It might just drop somewhere here. And then you close back in. And then you push away again. Now, Glenn, this is really helpful for your shoulders. You probably won't come as far as I can. That's fine. It will happen. Do it 2 or 3 times. And then just trail your hand in those chalk circles behind you. Go 2 or 3 ways in one direction. And then 2 or 3 times in the other direction. And when you finish this side, you simply roll over and go to the other side. Good. Well done. So there we are, chalk circles. Okay, the final thing I want you to do, I'm going to do it in bed. So here we are. You get into your bed and you can either have the duvet cover up or not, as you choose. And I just want you to sit comfortably in bed. Okay, so you sit cross-legged if you can, or however you sit comfortably. And then all I want you to do, you take your non-habitual hand. For me, that's my left hand. I take 2 fingers and I place them here. This finger is closing this nostril. This thumb is going to close this nostril. We take a long, slow breath. We close our eyes. We're going to dim the lights and everything's just going to be quiet and calm. And then we close this nostril off with our 3rd finger. And we breathe in once. twice. We close the nostril with our thumb and we open the other nostril. And then we repeat. And we're going to repeat that 3 times, 4 times, depends how much time you think you need. And whilst you're doing it, I want you to think quietly and carefully about your body. So, are there any areas in your body? So just keep doing it, my lovelies. Just keep breathing. So close off one nostril, breathe in twice through the open nostril and out again twice. And then the same on the other side. And whilst you're doing it, just think calm, quiet thoughts about what's going on in your body. So you start at your head and you work your way down. Are there any crinkly bits, any noisy bits, any bits that hurt a little bit? Just see if you can put a pin in that pain and think about it, and then come back to it so we know it's there. We're drawing the breath in long and slow and deeply. Okay, and when you've done your 3 to 4 breaths, what I want you to do is keep your eyes closed, drop your head down, take your hands together and rub them really hard so you create heat in your hands. And then pressing your elbows against your knees, place your hands over your eyes and drop the weight of your head into your hands. Close your eyes, keep your eyes closed. Just allow the heat from your hands to warm your face. All the time you're breathing gently through your nose. Now you draw your hands away, keep your eyes closed, rub your hands again. This time create more heat and place them over your eyes. Well done, my darlings. You're going to do this one more time for me. Really create some heat this time. Really rub the palms together and place them over your eyes and just drop down. Just let the weight happen into your hands. The neck muscles can relax. Breathing slow. Try and make the in as deep as the out. And then slowly open your eyes, keep your hands over them. Open your eyes, let your eye line drift down so your eyes are soft and relaxed and sort of unfocused. Draw your hands away from your eyes and just let them drop forward and just let everything just drop down. And then very slowly come back up, keeping your eye line down so it's all slow, it's all gentle. And now you're ready for bed. Sweet dreams, my lovelies. See you soon. Bye.